So you're coming off a big win. That's kind of a strange occurrence for Hebner having a blowout like that.
Well, it was fun. We told the kids they had not won a homecoming game since, golly, it's been 8, 9, 10 years ago. We really did not have the date. We knew it was more than 8, but we didn't know the exact date. So you're looking, what is that, 22, 20, 19, 18, 17, 14 or 13, maybe longer than that.
Right.
So that was big for us because that's kind of what we've done this year is try to create milestones and because it's been a long time since we've done anything. So that was big for us.
And they were playing a team that's struggling, but they didn't let up on them.
They didn't. I mean, defensively, I was super, super proud defensively and proud of Coach Armstrong's defense and, Coach Adams, Coach Club, all the things they do defensively. Offensively, we scored a bunch of points, but I'm going to be honest, it's weird. I really wasn't pleased with it. I didn't think we didn't look smooth. We never looked smooth, and that kind of irritated me a little bit. Now, some of it, it got to where, especially later on, I didn't throw hardly at all because I'm not going to do that to somebody. I'm not going to rub it in there because I've been on the other side of that. We did run well. PJ ran the ball well. Offensive line blocked well. But it was a good win.
Yes, it was good to have that kind of win.
Yes.
Building up to this week. And, you look at Wilburton, they look better than what their record is. They've got some good-looking kids.
They do have some good-looking kids. They're very young. I like Coach Bullard. I like what they're doing over there. But they're a little bit similar situation we're kind of into. So it's probably a work in progress.
But all that brings you up to this week, and this is really the big game going to Spiro.
It is, and I'm excited for it. Anytime you got a county team, this is the second county team we played. Of course, started the year out with Bacola, didn't work out. We played them well, but Spiro's kind of special to me, and it's weird because their head football coach, Coach Fowler, is one of my dearest friends, and I think the world of him. Of course, the superintendent, Richard Haynes, I've known forever. There's a lot of friendship. It's a friendly competition. For years, Coach Bunch was over there, and he's one that I've always looked up to, and he's taken care of me, especially as a young coach. But I want to beat those guys at the same time. It's a good, friendly competition, and for me, it's kind of special because my 3 stops as a head coach, Poto, Panama, and now Hebner, that's the one team I've played at every stop. And, that's kind of special.
Now, this isn't your typical Spiro team, though, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, they're still pretty dang good, and they're in the driver's seat for the 4th place finish. And we want to put a damper on that because we would like that fourth spot. We're very similar. We lost to Valiant by 11. They beat Valiant by 8. We lost to Eufaula, played them really, really well. They lost to Eufaula, but really got blown out. We both got blown out by Idabel, and we both played Hugo real well. So real similar. And just like us, they've got some strengths, they've got some weaknesses, they've got some good players. That's what one of the coaches said this week, said it's almost like we're playing ourselves a little bit. So you don't know till Friday night.
But it's going to be kind of like our offense matched up against their defense.
It is, because they're honestly probably better defensively. Let's be honest, we're kind of better offensively. So yeah, it kind of is. Our offense versus their defense, which I mean still the other way too. Because they struggle a little bit offensively. We struggle sometimes defensively, which we're getting better and better. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And how do you sit on points in case there is a tie?
Well, we picked up 15 this week. Now, honestly, what we're hoping is to win out. Again, that's what we're hoping and working towards. We really need Antlers to beat Valiant this Friday night.
Is that possible?
That is possible. Now, the other thing is, if Valiant goes ahead and wins, if we won out, there would be a three-way tie between us and Spiro and Antlers. They'd go to points. So you have to figure out the points right now. None of us is sitting just really, really great in points. Probably Valiant better than anybody, but they're still in the minuses too. So it's, you know.
Now, who will Valiant play the last week?
Valiant has got, if memory serves me right, they've got like an Idabel Eufaula and Idabel played last week. Maybe they've got Hugo. I can't remember who it is, but it's one that's probably going to be hard for them to win.
What about Spiro? Do you know who they have week 10?
They've got Wilburton week 10. So
they've kind of been paired up with us.
Again, me and Coach Fowler are really good friends, and we talk quite a bit. And talking to him, come to find out, he follows us in the schedule most of the time. The week after we played Idabel, they had Idabel. The week after we played Hugo, they had Hugo. The week after we played Wilburton, now we got each other, but 2 weeks from now they'll have Wilburton.
The only separate on that was when they played Eufaula a week before we did.
Yes. So, you know, it is what it is, but that's how it kind of falls. We actually, after we played Valiant, we have followed Valiant. So, kind of a weird deal.
Did you have some kids you thought played pretty well the other night?
You know, honestly, I thought all of them played well. You know, big one is we put Jackson Club. He came back this week, you know, played receiver, but had our first touchdown was to him. Dalton hit him on a post route, nice pass. But we put him at inside linebacker, and he did a great job, which, you know, I'm going to applaud Dalton. Dalton, when Jackson got hurt, we had to put Dalton in at safety. He hadn't played a lot of defense. Well, he's done such a dang good job. We're like, why do we want to move him out of there? So Alex got hurt, so we decided to stick Jackson in there and keep him in there, and we just kept Dalton at safety. So I think it's helped our defense tremendously.
And then Clayton Bourne stepped up and got a couple of interceptions.
Well, that's kind of the little joke because, you know, I feel very confident with my receiving core, but Jackson Armstrong dropped an interception, great hands. Camden, my boy, dropped an interception, great hands. PJ dropped an interception, great hands. I'm trying to think if there was anyone else, but I know those three did. Clayton picked off 2, and he normally can't catch a cold in Siberia. And Benji picked off 1, and he's the same way. He's got a lineman number on. He's an offensive lineman, plays linebacker. So the kids you thought would pick off passes dropped them, and the kids you thought there's no way.
Spencer also picked off 1, but he was called for interference. Is that right?
Yeah, he was, but he dropped 1 too.
Okay.
He had 1 hit him, and Spencer's got great hands. I knew there was 1 more, but yeah, the ones you thought for sure would catch them, they drop them. The ones you thought there's no way, they catch them. So.
And your lines played pretty well. They pretty well dominated both sides.
The line has gotten better and better. Now we're going to ask a bunch of them because this is a front that is pretty good. So we're going to find out how good they are. Now nothing's changed. We'll still, you know, Dalton and the receiving core, we'll still throw. We're going to run some with PJ and them. You know, nothing. It is what it is. I caught myself earlier this week trying to get too cute and worried about stuff and changing some things. And I thought, no, either we're good enough or we're not good enough. So let's go into what we know best, and here we go.
Mm-hmm. And this would be the first, if you do pull it off, this will be the first time Huebner's beat Spiro since the year that they didn't win a game, like in 2015 or 16, somewhere.
Yeah,
they had that 1 year that was pretty
Coach
bad.
Janway sent me a text. I can't remember what year it was. I almost think it might have been later than that.
Okay.
It might have been, I don't know, but yeah, the year they didn't win a game is the last time Huebner beat Spiro.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a big one. And, you know, on the plus side, I was lucky enough to be a part of when Panama beat Spiro, and that's the first time since 1956.
Right.
So maybe we can keep a little momentum going, and
Be good.
you know, it's still the same thing. I'm proud of these kids. No matter what happens these last 2 weeks, they have competed hard. And I still keep saying, I know people may look at the Idabel game, guys, they're that much better than us.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Idabel's done that to a lot of teams.
Exactly. And as far as the Valiant game goes, yes, I wish I had it back, but we didn't play well. Now, that doesn't mean the kids didn't try or they didn't compete. They competed. We just didn't play well. It happens sometimes. So,
Well, it's their first long trip of the year.
oh, yeah. So I've been so proud of these kids. And you know, we got 2 left. I'm not going to lie to you, kind of a little prayer. Maybe that's wrong, but praying we might have 3 or 4 left. So we'll just wait and see.
Well, Jeff, thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you.